Alright, hello everybody. This is going to be a more casual video, I guess. Pretty much what I've done is I've gone through and made updates to my four main stadiums. The Rays one that you see here, the Portland one, my Nashville one, and then the A's ballpark. So I'm not going to make a new video for each one, but essentially I have like a version 2.1 of each of the stadiums now to kind of fix some of the issues that I had with them before. So I'm just going to take this video to kind of go through all of my changes between the states of the stadium now versus how they looked in the actual videos on my YouTube page. So this is going to kind of go through all of them. Starting off, this is my Rays Stadium version 2.0. Pretty much what I've done with this one is just kind of giving it more of a downtown feel. I optimized it a little bit just to be able to do some more things with it. Kind of with all these stadiums, what I've done is instead of focusing on the outsides of the stadium and all that, I've pretty much optimized them for in-game views. So stuff that you're not going to see in-game doesn't need to be in there. And it takes up memory, and by deleting that, it allows me to do other things to make it look better. So a few of them on this one. The main issues I added more buildings downtown. Was able to eliminate some of the stuff I had here. And then in doing that, I was also able to add some buildings behind it and to the sides and back there. So now in game, if you're looking, you're going to see skyscraper hotel kind of thing above the left field wall, and then the bigger change is going to be looking out that way. Get more of the downtown feel. Same with looking back here. Got some buildings back there too. I just think it looks a little better. I didn't have a ton of memory to work with. You can see I'm at 100% already. But I think that just gives a better feel for stuff going on around the ballpark. The other thing that I changed that was driving me nuts is their default curved area for the roof. It has lights on it, and stadiums don't usually put lights directly behind home plate because outfielders can't see. So I just took that one off and just made it the individual panels. Other than that, those were the big changes from this ballpark. So we'll just kind of go in order. That's the final look of this one. I think it looks a little better. So we will load up the Portland ballpark. Okay. So here is the Portland ballpark. Again, I've kind of optimized it to change a few things based on what you can actually see inside the stadium. So I was able to delete some of the decorations I had on the outside, removed a few buildings from back here, and what we got instead is first big glaring issue that I had with this one is I didn't actually have lights in it. So we got the lights behind on third base side and the first base side. The other thing I was able to do is redo kind of this area under here. This used to be just a giant wall. So what I've done is gone through and added bullpens lowered the wall. Used to just go all the way up top. So now you can see in there, you can see back here, added another bar, added a center field camera to get like the broadcast camera. So it'll get the broadcast from behind the pitcher. Added some more signage, added scoreboard thing down there. And then added a couple more buildings. So overall, I think that one looks a little better now too. Just kind of some bigger issues with these, especially if I don't even know if they put in night games yet with created ballparks, but if you're gonna have night games, you gotta have lights. So those are the main changes that I did with this one. It looks a little more realistic now too. So that is that one. Gale tour. Alright, with that, we will load up Nashville. Let's see if I load up the right one. Nope, I did not. Oh, that's how it looked before. Okay. So, same thing with this one. I was able to optimize it a little bit. I removed all of the unnecessary pieces of that wall. Removed a couple buildings back here, and with that, what I was able to do was my original plan. Not all of it. Essentially, when I create these stadiums, I kind of pick a site downtown or pick a site in the actual city and try to recreate something on there. So this is the site in Nashville was kind of by Nissan Stadium. So Nissan Stadium would normally be like right back here, but I didn't have enough memory to go back and do that. And then the other thing is it's right across the river from downtown, so I was able to kind of create buildings back there, and it's kind of a pain, but it's kind of what I was going for originally. So now your home field or home plate view actually looks like it has the city somewhat in the background. I only had like 5% memory to work with, so I did what I could to give it at least, some surroundings, and then also added a couple of hotels beyond right field, just to kind of make it look like something's going on behind the stadium. Same with back there. But this area isn't really surrounded by buildings anyways in real life, so it's actually just kind of houses behind here. But yeah, the main thing I wanted to get was the depth behind the outfield wall, just to make it look like it's actually in a city. Otherwise, there's not a ton I could do with it. So this is just the updates on that one. So I'll leave that one there. And we will load up the Oakland ballpark. Should be that one. Okay. It's kind of the same thing with this one. So this is the original. I still have some more that I might do with this one, but for now, I just kind of wanted to give it the same kind of thing of more of a downtown feel. So it's got the buildings around it, the bridge, more around the outfield walls again. So kind of the same thing. Optimize this area a little bit too. Just kind of going through and making the panels bigger so that I didn't have to use as many. That's what kind of allowed me to add behind the walls. So, and then Oakland has more of a older vibe to it, I guess. Tampa tends to have more updated buildings and all that, so kind of picked the older looking buildings for the downtown. More brick and all that, so this is the outfield now. I also removed the train from the top of that because I thought that was kind of weird. So, yeah. And view back there. And the bridge. So, that is the new Oakland ballpark. And again, didn't really focus on the outside of the ballpark as much because you can't see that in the game, so that's why that's pretty bland. But yeah, inside, I like the look of this one. It was the first one I did though, so it's kind of outside of the old version of Tampa, but so that is the Oakland ballpark. Kind of give you, as a bonus, give you kind of a peek into a couple of the other ones that I'm working on that are not done. Like maybe the Charlotte one. Definitely has some work that needs to be done, but it's coming along. Still gonna change a lot of things, I think, with it, but this is kind of what I have right now. Working on some bullpens. This one is, again, kind of going back to picking sites that are real life sites. This one is on the site of the BB&T ballpark, like right in downtown, where the Charlotte Knights play right now. So I wanted the downtown look off to the right, and then behind it in real life, you kind of have, there's a park right here, parking garage, and then you have the Panther Stadium. So trying to get that in the background and get that scaled kind of correctly. I think I might need to make it a little bit taller. So we'll see. Otherwise, then you have the Carolina Panthers practice fields in the back. There's the highway, and then kind of like an overpass thing that brings you into this area. So obviously a lot's gonna have to change. I don't like any of this over here, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet. Same with maybe adding an upper deck there. So I'm probably gonna scrap all of that and redo this entire first base side, and probably figure out how to tweak the third base side as well, just to kind of make it more interesting. So that is a general look at that. Kind of place some of my props just so I know that I have memory for them at the end. So that's why I've got scoreboards and little K markers, some signs. Yep, that is a brief look into that one. That's did not stream that one, so I streamed kind of the beginning of it. So if you saw that, it's just the first concourse in that stream is how far that one got. But that's the quick update on that one. Again, kind of building it to have the inside looks in mind. So yeah, all that's gonna change. I don't like that at all. So that is just a quick preview on that one. And then the last little preview I'll give you is I actually went through and I started redoing what on my site is the Rays version 1.0. So it's not that one now. Where is it? That one. I haven't gotten back to this one yet, but I kind of deleted all of the right field stuff. I'm redoing the entire outfield pretty much. Trying to make like a big concourse here. Just kind of redoing the views overall of it. So I'm gonna go back and redo all of this, pretty much all the outfield structure. Kind of try and maybe mimic the 2.01 a little bit, just because I like that one. But give it definitely more of a downtown feel. So that is kind of the quick overview of this one. So this is kind of what I was doing when I just switched and decided to do the Rays 2.01. So I have not worked on this one since, but for maybe like 10 minutes a couple months ago. So that is also one that I am going to be redoing once I figure out a design in my head. So that is the quick update on all of my ballparks. Still planning to do a couple more in the future, but I'm going to finish the Charlotte one first. I'll get these all updated and uploaded at some point here. For some reason it's not letting me rename stadiums right now, and I don't know why. When I type in something, it does not keep, so trying to give them a different name for the vault so that everybody can tell the difference between the original and these new updated ones, but it's not letting me change anything. So once I get that figured out, I'll upload the main 4 to the vault. Charlotte, when that one's done, I'll make a video of that one too and get that uploaded just like the other ballparks that I've done. But until then, that is all for this. Follow along if you want. Otherwise, I might start streaming a little bit more on YouTube with MLB The Show. Whether it's franchise mode or Road to the Show or kind of stadium creator. So if anybody has any preferences on which they would like to see, I'm all ears. So I'm kind of open for whatever. But that's all for this video. Have a good one.